Now then, welcome back to another episode of Agrarian Skies 2. How are you today? I'm actually suffering from a bit of a cold, a bit of a bunged up cold. It could be just summer allergies and things like that. I've been burnt like a lobster, and now I feel a little bit tired and under the weather. But apart from that, I'm fine. I'm recording. It's Monday. I got that Monday feeling. And hopefully I'm much better by the end of the week because it's Minecon. Oh, yes. And I'm going. Minecon London. Should be awesome. Okay, so what have I done here? I have extended the big reactor. There are now 80 blades in the big reactor and Enderium coils at the end. There are 4 Enderium coils at the end. That's as much as I wanted to do. That's as much as I needed to do. I've already brought the big reactor all the way out this chunk. It's almost a chunk wide. And it goes into this chunk as well to join directly with these so that they instantly pass power. It's like a closed circuit for water. So now this receives water from the reactor when the reactor vents the water out that's behind it. Just pushes it straight back in. So this is really just to kickstart the water process when it runs out of water, and just to keep it topped up. Nothing much to worry about. It's still taking a lot of Yellurium though, and it's not outputting cyanide. Eject waste. Okay, it's not doing that because I haven't set that up properly yet either. I got to remember to do that. But look at the blades, man. The blades are huge. The blades are spinning and the steam is running and the power's going nowhere because 18030 RF per tick. 180,000. Is that 18,000 RF per tick? Thereabouts, and that's at a rotor speed here, which is a slower rotor speed than when it comes down to here. And yeah, I'm full up here, and I've got 4 Tesseracts here beaming power to the base around the place. But now I've kind of got it stable. I wanted to get a stable working reactor, and because it's not getting up any more speed, there's no chance of it maybe failing at some point. What I could do is add more power, maybe more blades and things like that, but I'm quite happy with this kind of output. This kind of output's pretty massive, so I can run just about anything I want off those Tesseracts on the power output channel, and we should be fine for everything in the future. So it's future-proof for long term. The only thing is it's using up a lot of Yellurium, so I'm going to deactivate them just for a little bit. Just for a little bit. There's plenty of energy stored up in there. They don't power down, they just sort of stop. That's a bit odd, but never mind. But that's okay, that's good power, that's working nicely. Thanks for all your help in the comments, that's done a world of good. Over here, the stuff we were dealing with last episode, not yesterday's episode. Come on, world, load up. Thank you. The stuff I was dealing with is now concealed behind here. Now, I tried out giving it TerraVis. The problem I had with giving it TerraVis was when I put the relay on the end here, sometimes this would spit out and it would just sit and it wouldn't get collected down there. So I decided against the idea of having that because I thought it looked cooler with a little shower of bits flying down every now and again, like I've done with these ones over here. Just a little shower of things coming out of them. But they are all set up and seemingly okay. I reconnected all the pipes around it to make sure that the ORAM, yes, I got it right, ORAM is going to the cage, and that's working perfectly now. This is, well, slightly higher up as well. Somebody suggested that. Yeah, somebody suggested that, and I thought that was a good idea, so I moved them up one. I didn't put any on the far side, though. And we are processing all of the bits as fast as humanly possible. This is now processing, like we got full, all sorts of stuff full in here now, and it's processing them fairly quickly into little shards, and these little shards are in here, lots and lots of them, lots and lots of them, tons and tons of them. And then I've got a storage bus on here so I can access those through my applied energistic system. looking pretty good, looking pretty good. There's a few things that I would do differently if I was doing it again. One of the things would be how I'm setting it all up. I might end up changing it around. Maybe in a future series when I use these, I've got an idea for a really cool build around that functionality. So I might do that in a future series, maybe a Druid's Tale. I know I keep saying, in a Druid's Tale I'm going to do this, in a Druid's Tale I'm going to do that. But one day, very soon, I will be starting a Druid's Tales recording. And it's just one of those series that's fairly close to me. And I want to make sure that I've got a good setup for it so that Season 3 is better than Season 2. And Season 2 was better than Season 1, so I want to make sure of things like that. Where shall I put this to make it work? I could put it just down here, I suppose. Have I got a Tesseract? What I'm doing today is setting myself up. Missing Tinker's Alloy. Dang it. Okay. Yeah, what I'm doing today is setting up some malted farms to do some quests here. We've got a lot of quests. I've got some claimed, actually. Let's do those quickly before I go sleep off the night. I don't know how I managed this one. Right, I don't know how I managed it, but it's telling me that because I visited the last millennium, I've also visited the Deep Dark and the Soul Dimension, and I know that ain't true. So I'm not collecting that reward until I have actually visited those areas, and I don't know how it did that. This sifting topiary grass is still taking me forever. I keep making a stack every now and again and sifting it, but I don't get these tigerwood saplings. There's only a 1% chance of getting them, so that might take some doing. The Sky Farm quests, we have completed the Diabolic Dinner. So we claim a reward of a Wrath Cage and a Blank Imprinting Crystal. Okay, I'm going to claim that. And that's that one done. And then we've got a few others that I've got to do. Multi-farms was the one I was going to do quickly now. We only need one of each block type, so that shouldn't take too much. But I do need to make the bits and pieces in a thermionic fabricator, which I think I'm just going to pop there for now, and that could potentially do the work for me. But let's have a look. Has it crafted that yet? No. I'll wait for that to craft, and then I'll swap it out for this. I think I'll take that away now. I don't need that anymore. I can throw that into there. And the blank imprinting and the cage, I'm not sure what I want to do with it yet. I might do another set of the same things again to have that purely over there, but there might be something cooler to do, so I might do something in the future with that. I can always make another one if I don't choose the right thing straight away, but it'd be cool to have that as a Thorncraft spawner mob farm thing going on all the time. Should be pretty cool, a bit like the MFR section that I've got going on. Come on, Tesseract, why aren't you making? Because I didn't have the materials. Oh yes, of course. Why didn't I have the materials? Yeah, there's nothing going on in here. Okay, let's see if it's in my crafting methods. The Tinker's Alloy, I think it was bronze. Alloy, that stuff. What do we do to make this? It's bronze, so I just need to make some bronze. Haven't I got bronze there? Yeah, I've got bronze here already. Let's just craft up 100 bronze. Start. There we go. Craft 100 bronze. Thank you. There we go. Doing. Now I should be able to make that Tesseract. It was only missing that alloy. I think it changes from bronze to that alloy as soon as it comes into there, but the AE system doesn't seem to remember that that's a thing that you can do. Craft one. Now you've got everything. Start. Thank you. Okay, well, I'll be back in a minute when I've set up some power here from the big reactor and started smelting down my glass and all that kind of stuff to make all of the farm stuff. And then we'll have a quick setup of farms. I think I'm going to do them over here. I'm just going to quickly set up a multi-block farm, just for those of you that haven't done it before, and also I want to test out to see if Agricraft works with those farms. Okay, well, I've encountered a small problem. Small problem being that I've completed the creating all the multi-farm stuff, and that gives me all of these bits and pieces. I take the solder iron and that, but the programming the farm doesn't seem to want to accept that I've got basic circuit boards here. Maybe if I put it through here first. Manual farm, managed farm, manual farm, maybe. What is it? Basic circuit board. That's what it says. It says basic circuit board. Playing that, thank you. Yeah, so I've got a basic circuit board. I made 2, in fact, and now I've got one in here. And I don't have anything going on in here, so I could take it back out again. And it's still not detecting it. So, I don't know. Right-click on the ground with a soldering iron and place a circuit board you want to program in the iron. You will need to add electron tubes to tell the farm what to grow. When you open the circuit board with the iron, the top slot is north, right, east, south. Yeah, I don't know. The tube placed in the slot will tell the farm that it should be planting and harvesting in a specific direction. Managed farms will place soil, dirt, and all that kind of stuff. Manual farms will only plant and harvest, and you'll need to place all the soil yourself. This is a good method for farming sugarcane. You can mix and match farm types. Okay, well, I need to basically have them so that the manual farms will just plant and harvest, and I need to place all the soil. So maybe that's what it wants. Maybe it wants the manual farm to be just like a standard manual farm. And I can't remember what's standard, so I'm going to try tin and see what happens. Shift for details. Manual farm, peat bog. That's not quite what I was after then. Let's try with taking that out and putting these in. Get a gold farm. Succulent farm. Okay. Don't know about that one either. Yeah, I'm trying to remember which farms do what. Let's have a look at the electron tubes. Electron tubes. Here we go. So, crop farm. So that looks like okay. Vegetable farm, succulent farm, vegetable farm, and iron electrum tubes. Yeah, orchard, peat bog, crop farm, vegetable farm, succulent farm, weed farm, gourd farm, infernal farm, no effect, no effect, shroom farm, cocoa plantation farm. So I'm going to try the iron for a vegetable farm. So we'll just get some iron. Where's the iron when I need it? Why is this changing every time I look at it? The organisational structure of it all, every time I look at it, is different. Right, we're going to put 5, 6 in there, take those gold out, take the iron out. Okay, so now we've got the iron one, so let's place it in here. We'll put this in here. We'll put this in here first. Got that, and we're going to go manual farm, and then we'll put the circuit in, and that'll give us the manual farms. Yeah, we don't actually need those in. Okay, just one at a time. Board missing. Okay, insert circuit board. And now let's see. Manual detect. No. So I've got manual farms, vegetable farm in there. What does it actually want? It wants a basic circuit board. And then it told me about managed farms, manual farms, and all that kind of stuff, and told me to make that. It must be some sort of ID conflicts and issues. I've definitely got it, and there's not a lot more I can do about that now. I've got it, it's all there. Everything's going to work for me, but I can't complete the quest. So I may have to do that in some other way. But let's at least set it up first. It's a bit dark out. Shall I have a quick sleep? I suppose I should have a quick sleep to go with it. Set up a nice bright day for us to have a look around. Thank you. Okay, yeah. So, I want my farms over here. I'm not exactly sure how big I want it yet. Maybe just a smaller section will be fine. What do we got? We got 2, then I want to bring it down, so we got 2 here. Let's just make a nice simple 3x3 area to start off with. These farms can get exceedingly big. So, yeah, okay, so let's do this from here then. We can have the actual farm itself in the middle here, and then we can sprout off in that direction that way. Okay, so the multi-farms need a base block connected to the farm itself, so it knows where the soil is and where the harvest is and all that kind of stuff. I'll possibly make that bigger in the future, but that's just a nice little test for now. We're going to need to fill the whole thing in, I believe, to make it a full multi-block structure. and it's got to be at least 4 high, I believe. So we'll do the first 3 rows like that, and then I will throw in a gearbox. Let's just throw it in here for now, and a hatch, which we can just throw in there for now, and a valve to put water in, which we'll just throw there for now, and the controller. I don't generally use the controllers, but we'll put that in there for now. And this should now turn into a multi-block. Or multi-block. It does take a few seconds sometimes. There we go, multi-block. Okay, so now we've got a multi-block, I can enter the GUI inside. Now if I put this in there, that'll make a manual farm there for vegetables. Why exactly it wouldn't let me put all of the others in, I don't know, but we can take it out with the soldering iron if we need to. It's been a while since I did these, actually. I can't remember how I got 4 in at the same time. But let's have a quick look. Let's have some iron. Yeah, an iron tube, actually. Yeah, iron electron tubes. Let's see if we can set this up like this. Manual farm with another slot farming. Now, is it in there? Did that do a second one? Or not? As the case may be. No, it's still the first one. Okay. So why isn't that doing what it's supposed to do? I don't know, but let's set this up anyway. We're going to set it up so that we can see if it works. Because if it doesn't work, then I'm just going to scrap the whole thing and put it all away again. So I may as well check to see if it works first. Just figure it all out that way. Okay, craft stone bricks. Let's just craft 100. Start. Should be quick. Give me a load of that, and I should have a load of dirt as well. Man, it's actually taking its time to craft those. Okay, and then dirt. We've got to place the dirt ourselves manually. Not a problem, though. We've also got to give it power. Did I get the other Tesseract? I made this one Tesseract for over here. Is the other one finished now? Yes, it has. Awesome. Okay, and I'm also going to need a water source as well for the farm to work. But for now, let's put that on the gearbox there and make that power out, and it could receive energy. So we should have lots of energy in there in a bit. Okay, so next up, we need to define the area of the farm, and I think you can go quite a ways with this. But I'm just going to go 3 out from the farm itself, being that the farms are 3 by 3. And I probably will make it fit into the chunk a lot better later. You also have a kind of a diagonal point on it as well. But we'll worry about that another time as well. Let's put that onto there where it's supposed to go. There we go. So it's kind of 3 out from each side of it. And then I'm going to put some dirt down over the top of here. And I may have to do all the harvesting of this myself. Well, or rather setting it up so that I can put the farming in place first. Like all the crops and things, I'm going to test that out as well before we end off this episode. Because I want to find out if it works, so that if it's worthwhile, then I can invest some of my time in setting up a cool farm using this. I'm going to just knock this out for now. Right, so long as we've got all 4 sides on like that, we should be okay. I'm also going to need to give it fertilizer and things like that. So let's think about water. What am I going to do to give it water? Water. Well, I've got a water drum there. I've got a water drum. That's pretty good. And I might have a liquid node as well. Yes. Okay. That's perfect. That'll do nicely. That'll get us set up. And now we need some fertilizer. I'm not sure if it needs the fertilizer from the get-go. No, I haven't got that sort of fertilizer. I've got this sort of fertilizer. Yes, I have. Let's take 8 fertilizer. I'm not sure if we actually need to worry about fertilizer because we're going to be planting crops. So I don't know if it's going to use that or not. But that is the hatch and this is the valve. So this is where we're going to have the water going in. So I'll put the tank there and the transfer node just above it, or below it should I say, and that should be power and water going in. That's good. And then if I put some dirt there, that'll possibly not do anything for me anyway. Fertilizer in there. That should be good. That should be all it needs. It's already starting to do the work for me, look. Yeah, that's good. Okay, that's very good. Now, if I put the crops in, have I got the crops out here? No. There's crops. Okay, so we've got crops. What seeds have I got? Do I still have a basket of seeds out here? Let's use... Oh, my days, they all went to weeds. Weeds. Dang it. I don't know how the weeds spread, because they were all okay a minute ago. Oh, never mind. Sugar cane or potatoes? What? Let's try something up here. Let's try something like, I know, tomatoes. I've got a lot of tomatoes, so let's try tomato seeds. Let's put a load of tomato seeds in. It's making humus. It did not want you to make humus, but it is gonna do something about it like that. Okay. It's humus. Humus because it's trees. Yes, 3 other sides were trees. So let's do humus here. Let's do this here, here, and that will make tomatoes grow, and hopefully harvest the tomatoes as well. Yeah, let's do this. There we go. Alright, so can I get some bone meal, please? I think I left some over here when I was doing something earlier. Yep. I was making an agricarnation earlier. Well, let's see what it does about those. Okay, well that's grown. That's grown. Okay. It's not doing anything to those. That's grown, and that's grown. Yeah. Doesn't seem to be taking any harvest. Doesn't seem to be harvesting them in the slightest. Okay, what about if I put a standard tomato seed just in the ground there? Won't let me. Won't let me put any standard tomatoes in the ground. Okay, so I can't do it that way. What if I give it the tomato seed? It's not going to do it there either. So these farms do not work with Agricraft. They would work okay with the trees, but I've already got my tree farm set up. Let's do, I don't know, acacia. Why not? Put some acacia saplings in here. If I do this with acacia saplings, it should start planting the acacia saplings. When they grow, it should start hacking them down. It's a good tree farm, but it's definitely not a good crop farm. So we're still going to need progressive automation for crops. And this should be chopping down trees now, shouldn't it? Chop down the trees. Chopper down the tree. Why you no chopper down a tree? I don't know why it's not even chopping down trees. Everything says it's okay. Everything says it's fine. Maybe it's the type of tree it doesn't like. Maybe it doesn't like acacia. It did place the saplings down, didn't it? Well, sneaking up on it, that's not going to work, is it? Let's have a look at something else. Let's go with spruce, for instance. Let's try a spruce. See where its limitations are. Oh, it's done it now. It's decided. Sometimes just has to check every block in its area, I suppose. Maybe that worked. Yeah. And it rejigged that straight away as well. So now it's just going to wait for this to break. It's going to wait for the saplings to fall. It'll collect the saplings and then replant the saplings. So that's all going to grow, but it's not going to do the crops. Which is a shame. It's a dang shame. Dang shame. It'll do something like potatoes or something like that, I should think. It'll do standard potatoes or carrots, I suppose. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not going to get them that way. Let's get some carrots and potatoes. Carrots. It might just be that the vegetable side of things is not what it likes. The random harvest vegetables and stuff it doesn't like. Let's do that into there. Let's see what it does about carrots. Carrots! Give me carrots! Very experimental episode today, guys. Very experimental. Just quickly made one of these up and just see how it works exactly. See if it's any use to me. It was mainly I was doing it for the quest. But if I can have just one running somewhere, it's only taking power and I can easily sort out an infinite water instead of having this water drum. And then have items going into the AE system there. They're awesome for applied energistics, these farms, because you can set it up and hook it up to all sorts of import and export buses. Quite easily adapting it and creating it. Come on. Have I got to plant some of these myself then? Have I? If I plant that there, it won't let me plant it there. Dang it. Okay. So it won't even let me plant crops. That's weird. Because the agricraft is in, I can't just plant standard like I used to. So therefore this can't plant standard like it used to. So therefore it can only do trees. So, well, it gives me another option for a tree farm then. I shall make another tree farm out of it with random saplings that I want to do a few bits and pieces of. And this can be still the main farms for the main wood that I use. Wood that I use for crafting. Leaves that I use for making a block in particular. Some, I can't remember what it was. Oh, Podzil blocks. And then rubber for making all the MFR stuff. And this forestry farm will just have to be for other trees, because we can't seem to get it to grow crops in any way, shape or form. It actually shows a picture of carrots, so if it can't do carrots on that slot there, then I don't know what it's going to be able to achieve. Should be doing it there, really. It should be doing carrots. It's fertilised, water. We've got fertiliser, we've got water. Should be fine doing it, but I don't think you can plant in this mod pack. I think that's been taken away from us. We can't plant things in this mod pack anymore. I did have the potatoes planted, a little cheaty potato thing. Maybe you'll remember from weeks and weeks and weeks ago. But that's not allowed anymore. That's when it became cheaty potatoes, because I wasn't allowed to duplicate it and make lots of potatoes that way. So I'm guessing that's about all I can do for the farms. At least I got the quest completed. I've got to probably use edit to cancel that quest out and start looking at the other ones. And that gives us a good deal closer to finishing off all the quests. Still plenty more to do. Still lots of things to look at. Still lots of things to play around with in the course of Agrarian Skies 2. Don't forget that I have been checking out some of the jam-packed mod packs, and there's a load of videos on my channel. There's some more still to come out, even though the contest has finished. The contest finished, and the Obscurity came out as the top pack, and then Void World came out as the second pack, and then Refuge came out as the third pack. I'm not sure which one I prefer out of those. I liked Refuge and I liked Void World. I'm not so sure that I liked Obscurity. It's won, so therefore it's the best pack by Feed the Beast. Feed the Beast think it's the best. It won the contest. The judges all think it's great. But I wasn't that keen on it. It was good, and I thought it was worth showing you. But I'm not sure that I want to do it as an actual LP. Maybe do it with some friends as an adventure map, a challenge map that we work on together. But I don't know if I fancy doing it on my own as my single player world. Yeah. But anyway, leave your comments down below and let me know what your feelings are on what we should do next after Agrarian Skies 2. Once we've finished all the quests in the quest book and got the place looking tidy, we are ready to move on to a Jam Pack 2 mod pack. Alright guys, thanks and goodbye.